I've got WhatsApp open over here and Claude Code open over here. I'm going to send a message in WhatsApp, hi, from WhatsApp. And you'll see that Claude Code receives the message and even sends me a reply. Here's another conversation I had, this time in an existing Claude Code folder, where I was able to trigger my agentic workflow through WhatsApp. So it actually went ahead and triggered the entire workflow and replied to me with the result. So you can get a sense of how powerful this is. Claude Code has a feature called channels. It lets you talk to a running terminal session from an external messaging app. Discord and Telegram are out of the box, but most people don't run their business on Discord. Normally, to set up custom channels, you'd have to go through all of this documentation and a whole lot of configuration, but I went ahead and wrapped everything up in a plugin that you can directly import into your Claude Code and get this set up in less than 10 minutes. Oh, and the best part, this whole setup is completely free. One thing that we'll need for the plugin to work is Bun, which is a JavaScript runtime that serves as the engine of the plugin. Installing it is super simple. Just go to bun.com, go ahead and grab this piece of code, open up a terminal, and run it. Once installed, we can proceed with setting up the Evolution API and installing the plugin in Claude Code. You're going to need Docker Desktop, which you can get from here. Just go ahead and download it, and then you should have it up and running like this. Next, in a terminal, we're going to make a new directory and save these two files into that directory. And I'll leave a link in the description to the file contents. This is the Docker Compose file, which is just a set of instructions that tells Docker what to get from where and how to configure the Evolution API. So just go ahead and save it as docker-compose.yml. And this is the .env file, which contains some secrets that Docker will use to spin up Evolution API. The only thing you need to change is to create your own API key. And because this is running locally, your API key can be anything that you want it to. Once you've added your API key, just go ahead and save it as .env. Now come back to the terminal, navigate inside that folder, and run the command docker compose up-d. This is going to install the Evolution API and get you set up. The Evolution API is a way to connect WhatsApp to other applications. We're going to be sending commands to and from WhatsApp through this bridge. Next up, we're going to go to localhost:8080/manager, click on instance, fill this in, and click save. This is going to help you create a new connection to WhatsApp. Then click on the gear icon, click get QR code, and simply connect your phone as you would with WhatsApp Web. Once connected, you'll see a confirmation. I'm just going to go back and show you the instance that I already have connected to my phone number. The best way to do this is to get a dedicated WhatsApp number for communicating with Claude Code. Now that WhatsApp is connected, it's time to set this up in Claude Code. Back in the terminal, we're going to fire up Claude Code, and we're going to run this command. This is going to add the GitHub repo that I made with the plugin to your Claude Code to be able to install it. Hit enter, and you'll get a message saying successfully added marketplace. Let's restart Claude Code and run this command to install the plugin. Choose the scope, hit enter, and you'll see that the plugins have changed. Next, we're going to have to make some changes to this file to set up the secrets that we made. In your home folder, if you're on a Mac, press Shift Command period to be able to see hidden files and go to the .claude folder. Then find plugins, then find data, then find the WhatsApp Evolution, and find the .env file. Let's open this up in our text editor and fill in these three details. Add the API key that you created earlier here, add your instance name here, and add an allowed phone number here. This is a really important step because you don't want Claude Code to be triggered when anybody sends it a message. You only want to allow specific numbers. So fill in the fields, hit save. Once you filled in the fields, there's one last step that we have to do in the Evolution Manager, and that is to click on Events, come to Webhook, and set up a webhook so that Evolution API can actually listen for messages and send them to Claude Code. So enable the toggle, drop this in as the URL, and again, there will be a link in the description to a setup document, so you don't need to worry. Scroll down and make sure messages_upsert is enabled. This will allow Evolution API to listen for new messages, and once they come in, it'll forward them to Claude Code. Hit save, and you should get a confirmation saying webhook applied successfully. So let's restart Claude Code, but this time we're going to run it with this flag, which means load development channels and we give it the plugin that we just installed. As a built-in security measure, Claude will not allow messages from external channels by default. So you'll have to enable it manually whenever you start up Claude Code to get it to listen to WhatsApp. You'll see a warning and just confirm that you are using this for local development. Hit enter and you'll see that it's listening for channel messages from the plugin. Alright, moment of truth. Let's send a message and you'll see that it came into Claude Code. So everything is working. Awesome. The first time you send a message, it's going to ask you permission to be able to send replies. So just go ahead and select option number 2, yes, and don't ask again. Now let me show you a few things that this ability opens up. Because Talk to Claude Code on WhatsApp is only the beginning. Number 1, you can ask your Claude Code session anything from anywhere. As long as your Claude Code session is running, you can simply open up WhatsApp, message it, get a status update, build a new feature. Really, the sky's the limit. If you use Claude Code for agentic workflows, you can trigger your workflows from WhatsApp. So imagine you're in a meeting and you need some fresh data. All you have to do is whip out WhatsApp, send a command, and trigger your workflow. And if your business already runs on WhatsApp, you can hook up WhatsApp to Claude Code and actually have it digest all of your messages, process it, and become the underlying organizational layer for all of your processes. So now that you've got WhatsApp connected and you can trigger Claude Code from any conversation, the next thing worth building is a proper ops workflow that can run on a schedule and reports back to you on WhatsApp automatically. And we're going to be building that soon. Subscribe so you can catch it when it goes up. I'll see you in the next one.